It's a Godwinson live news alert. This is Godwinson's Kino Casino. I'm going to show you how I do it. And there's going to be some rules of the game that we're going to establish right now. Rule 1. Everyone's welcome in this casino. No one's banned, no one's going to get swept. The chat can roam free. We ready for Rule 2? Rule 2, this casino don't need your money. You keep your money in your pocket. This casino, all it requires, it's free entry. Free entry. All it requires is your eyeballs, is your participation. And you know what? You might well win big. Rule 3. No co-hosts. No retards stuttering over the fucking takes. So that means no Warskis and no Elaines. Sorry. But we're doing this right. We're going to do this right. Rule 4. This won't run for 12 hours where I pass out drunk or... 12 hours they stream. Going on at Ralph and Fuentes. What this all... Rule 5, baked into this. Some mushroom she's making or some shit. Rule 5, the most important rule of all, quite frankly. There's not going to be any of this. It's not going to be any of that. It's not going to be any of this. It's just going to be allowed to play. And then commentary will be given once the full context has been given. And if we haven't done the appropriate level of clipping, then the clip just won't be played. We're going to try and do something here. Give me a second. Okay, fuck it. Will this stand? Rule 6, folks. Rule 6. No super chats. No pausing the show to read super chats. No, not one moment. For $100! No begging for super chats either. This casino does not need your money. Please put it in your pocket. Just keep it there. And the 7th rule, the 7th, but by no means the least of the rules. The 7th rule is simply this. Oh. The white thing is the PS5 controller holding the phone afloat. The 7th rule is this. This ain't gonna be me just trying to pretend, trying to create a hug box of cope. What does he mean? I'm not going to be a fat traitor and a coked out tard clapping and saying I'm a king because someone else is an alcoholic or anything like that. Because you are all going to have a voice. You're all going to have the ability to call in. And we'll take anyone's calls. There's that. The rules of the game, 7 rules have been laid down for how we do the Kino Casino. There's literally no call-in show at all now. I remember those glory days of IBS when any sped would call in and talk about how they would plan and do their ethno-state. So I want you all to call in and go crazy on how you would plan your ideal sector. Call in on any of the talking points. In fact, call in out of pure hatred to drink my blood and call me a faggot or some shit. That's all we need to do, folks. There's 7 rules there to literally do Godwinson's Kino Casino. Right, so let's begin the show proper. There's been some unofficial rules there. Like, I didn't make you all wait for 4 minutes before we went live. I made you wait for 4 hours. But typically, on the stream itself, we're not going to start the stream and then make you wait for 4 minutes. That's just not going to happen. You might know here, you might have noticed that I haven't suddenly stopped the introduction and gone, 400 dollars. That's not happened. Also, what's not happened is that this introduction hasn't gone on for half an hour. I mean, 6:20 tops. That's the intro, folks. So let's get into the show proper, shall we? And I have something lined up perfectly for this. Welcome. Welcome to Godwinson's Kino Casino. Today's topics, should you wish to preview them before we get into the meat and potatoes of today. We're talking about Ethan Ralph. We're talking about yet another divorce. We're talking about yet another abducted child. We're talking about, generously, the wider issues. But also, because this isn't going to just be, Ethan Ralph's a drunk alcoholic, therefore I'm a king. No. We're going to recognise the man's talents as a showman entertainer, whilst we also say the A-loggy shit. It's like we can somewhat be balanced in our coverage and present both sides of the coin. It's like we don't have to just present one side in case a member of the audience goes, well, wait a second, what about you, fat faggot and box wine snorting tard? So, if you don't know, you should know, folks.
Building your online business?
Unfortunately,
Go to Wix.
even with all of the rules established,
Single integrated platform.
I can't stop the bullshit adverts. So, hang on. If you don't know, then you should know. Ethan Ralph has had a massive win. He got dragged to California by the grandfather of one of his children, who tried to stop him from seeing the kid or some shit, brought some weird restraining order bullshit. Faith Vickers literally walked into that courtroom and went, I rest my case, Your Honour. I rest my case at this orange lighter in this half-drink of Coke Zero and the PS5 controller resting on the keyboard. I rest my case, Your Honour. And the judge said, case dismissed. You, sir, have no case to answer. It is dismissed. Ralph had a sustained W. And you know what? Ralph's W is sustained. It's sustained. Because whilst Jim might have said, it's always followed by a massive L, just you wait and watch the dumpster fire. Folks, where is the L? Where is Ralph's L? He has lost what is possibly the most toxic bit of baggage around his neck that he could have lost, quite frankly. He has lost a female pedophile for a wife. What a massive L. What do you mean a female pedophile for a wife? What do you mean he's lost that For what? Wait, what? Wasn't it just merely... Not 2 weeks ago were all of the faggots, the cogs of the world, the Kino casinos of the world, the juices of the world, all of these faggots that have built their empire around hating Ralph, was it not but 2 weeks ago that they were all calling Ralph's wife Pantsu, the horse-headed cunt? Not only a horse, but also a horse that rapes kids. Weren't they saying that the whole time? Wait a second, she's Digibro's sloppy seconds is what they were all saying. Not but 2 weeks ago. Why do we have to continue this cycle of bullshit? We've literally just seen it with big tech, where all crimes are completely absolved the moment you defect and do a show on an A-log show, like an interview on an A-log show, suddenly all is forgiven. No, it's really about the rape of those kids, guys. It's really about ethics against humanity. Which is why everything's absolved once they turn co. Which is why all of Milo's sins are absolved once he turned co. Which is why Big Tech's sins... Let's clarify Big Tech's sins for a moment, shall we? Brutalised his own children. Fact. Evil piece of shit who brutalised his own kids. What do you mean? What do you mean? He's based and a king. Because now he hates Ralph. So what I want to do now... I want to remind people like Big Tech, and especially people like Pantsu, that once you check into the Hotel California, you can check out anytime you like, bitch. But you can never leave. So let's remind ourselves of Pantsu's pedo past. You're not... Bear in mind, no one has even brought this up. Because she's left Ralph and stolen his child, suddenly we can't mention what she is. Suddenly we can't mention the fact, not only of what she is, but how she was perfectly happy. Look, if you weren't happy, folks, you wouldn't not only stay with Ralph, move to another country with Ralph, get impregnated by his seed, bear that child, and then marry him. You wouldn't do that. She was a fully signed up member of the Gunt Guard, like they all fucking were. But now we have to pretend that she was literally a prisoner. She was there the whole time, reluctant, not doing shit, not starting war with her own family, calling her dad like a deadbeat piece of shit from her own Twitter, stirring the shit between her and her family and Ralph. We're supposed to pretend that, no, innocent of all crimes. Okay, well, let's be the judge of that, shall we? So, this is a clip I've called Pantsu_pedo, because I think it perfectly illustrates the point. So, if you don't know, you should know. Pantsu, this horse-headed bitch, Pantsu is Digibro's sloppy seconds. Now, it's perhaps will be another show where we talk about Digibro and what he is and what he does and what he has become. But around this point in the timeline, she was... I mean, I say this, and you'll be like, what? But it's actually factually accurate. At this point in the timeline, Pantsu was balls deep in Digibro. Balls deep, you might ask. Balls deep. But it's a woman. In the timeline, at this point in the timeline, Pantsu was pretending to be a man. But because, don't forget, because she was such a prisoner, right? She was such a prisoner. shackled to Digibro's cage, she had no say in what she was parroting and no say in jumping on live streams. And what you're about to hear in a second is some heinous shit. But Pantsu, innocent of all crimes, just heinous shit. But because she was with Digibro, therefore, it was that yet another strong, domineering man that has controlled all of this bitch's thoughts and actions. I'm about to let the record be played. This clip is 33 seconds long, and it's one of many clips that I've gathered. So I'll see you at the end of these 33 seconds, because I promise we weren't going to pause. You'll see the clip in full. So clippers, by all means, you can use this clip. The timestamp is 16 minutes, 10 seconds. Here you go.
Thing was missing. If this person was who I thought they were, then they would definitely have a big problem with the fact that I'm a fan of lolly drawings. I was shocked that it didn't come up. Until, of course, they started posting every single time that Digi retweeted anyone drawing her as an anime girl. Apparently, Digi wanting her real life to resemble this adorable drawing of me doing her hair is creepy. God only knows what the fuck weird shit this bitch was projecting onto that image.
So, we're going to unpack that, because that was gaslighting 101. That was her saying, in fact, look, break down. Here she is, sus shit all over the fucking walls. She is a confirmed fan of what's called lolicon. And she shows you a graphic of what she's done and tries to gaslight someone that's called her legitimately a pedophile and say this is all fine. So let's unpack this.
But something was missing. If this person was who I thought they were, then they would definitely have a big problem with the fact that I'm a fan of lolly drawings.
A fan of lolly drawings? Huh. Seems like real... By the way, this seems like absolutely the behaviour of a fit, competent mother, right? And look, you're not going to hear this side from all of the other A-log shows who are now pretending that this woman is Mother Teresa and Ethan Ralph is the spawn of Satan that literally shouldn't be anywhere near his own flesh and blood. This father should absolutely be nowhere near the people that he has created with his seed. The advocation against that is that she is worse, far worse. In fact, I'd say that Faith was actually far worse than Ralph personally. But here there's a legit case to be made that she is far worse than even blinded, completely drunk, fallen off the wagon alcoholic Ethan Ralph ever has been.
I was shocked that it didn't come up. Until, of course, they started posting every single time that Digi...
Right. So obviously there's a person here on Kiwi Forms going, it's sus, folks. It's sus. But Pantsu is here to try and defend this and subsequent images' honour. And just listen to the pronouns in a moment.
retweeted anyone drawing her as an anime girl. Apparently, Digi...
Right. The Gator defence is they're 3,000 years old, Your Honour. But the reality is they look like infants. 3,000-year-old elf chicks, Your Honour.
wanting her real life to resemble this adorable drawing of me doing her hair is creepy. God,
Right.
resemble this adorable drawing of me doing her hair.
Her hair. She wanted her real life to resemble this adorable drawing of me doing her hair. The her in question is Digibro. This bitch has been fucked for a long, long time.
Is creepy.
It is
God
creepy.
only knows what the fuck weird shit this bitch was was projecting onto that image.
I don't think it took much projection, did it, Pantsu? I don't think that and subsequent drawings that you are a fan of. You are absolutely a fully signed up member of things like that. I don't think that takes much projecting to form a judgment as to what that is. A qualitative judgment as to what that is straight up nonce material, Pantsu. But I said that was clip one. And that's clip one for a simple reason that I'm building the case. So on this one's called Pansopedo 2, the Wrath of Khan.
Oh my fucking god. I'm so sick of the IBS crowd, and I'm not going to name, like, specific individuals. Gator! I'm not going to name specific individuals, who, you know, they hear about this Cuties, this new Netflix movie that is degenerate and awful. By the way, I have no interest in this movie at all, and hate that I search my name, because, I have to search my name because people fuck with me constantly. Search my name, I'm Digibro, by the way, hi. Type in Digibro on Twitter, and everybody's like, oh, Digibro likes Cuties? First of all, I'm not interested in black little girls, real little girls, twerking. That's like the furthest fucking thing from what I'm into.
We're going to unpack this, by the way.
I'm going to teach you guys. This is Shauna. You're looking at this girl. You might, if you're a pervert, you're probably transposing like a real child, right? Because you think this is probably a child because you're fucking retarded. Onto this.
Don't worry, we'll
this
unpack all of
drawing.
this.
You're like, oh, that looks like a little girl. Now look closer. Look closer. Do you notice that she doesn't have a fucking nose? No distinguishing race. Has giant red eyes. No lips. Has perfect skin. Is radiant. Is for a different dimension. Complete. She's 2D. And this is an anime character who is, how old is she, 17?
Yeah, well, probably like 15 at the start.
15.
It's fucking anime. I literally, okay, this is another problem I have with anime. Violet Evergarden, I don't know if you guys watched Violet Evergarden. It's a fucking Kyoani show about a child soldier. She is a
We have a few more seconds of this.
14-year-old girl and does not look like any different from the adult characters in the show at all. So, I don't know what the fuck is up with Japan. Honestly, I don't care because this is not a fucking person. This is a fucking drawing. Oh my fucking god. If I have to deal with another one of you motherfuckers, you don't want to know.
This is a 14-year-old's ass in Violet Evergarden.
This is a Kyoani show. This is supposed to be wholesome. I just want you to know that, like, so, growing up a woman in the world in 2020, you just have to be sexy or else you're a failure. It doesn't matter if you're like 12, you're gonna see that if you're not sexy, people don't like you, people don't engage with you. Everybody's taking fucking nude pictures on OnlyFans when they're fucking like 18 and trying to go to college, and their college admission officers are like, oh fuck, all the girls in this new incoming class of fucking 2020, they all are fucking whores. Do we accept a bunch of prostitutes into our prestigious university? And they fucking have to because you fucking did this to me!
Right. So, we're going to unpack that. But I hope you're appreciating how we're doing things differently to what you're used to. How the Clippers, the archivists, are able to take that and lift that wholesale. That's my gift unto you. This casino gives back. It doesn't even require any buy-ins. It's literally a gift back. So we're going to now unpack what we've just watched.
Oh my fucking god. I'm so sick of the IBS crowd, and I'm not going to name, like, specific individuals. Gator, I'm not going to name specific individuals.
Now, you might have noticed that this is something we've seen before. That image I have seen before, and only in one other context. I'm going to remind you what that context was. I'm going to remind you who was wearing that as their avatar, and I'm going to just let that sink in. Let's cast our minds back to the wonderful world of John Michael Kelly. Now, John Michael Kelly mounted exactly this same defense. John Michael Kelly trooned out. Space year 2023, guy's living like an animal. Goes by the name Jeanette Michael Kelly or some shit. And you know what that image was? It was apparent to me that that image was a window into John's soul. Because whilst he might have had somewhat correct takes, those correct takes came from a really perverted sick fuck. And of course, the more things change, the more they stay the same. We have another window into someone, so it's the same image, folks. And it's showing us exactly what this person is.
Who, you know, they hear about this Cuties, this new Netflix movie that is degenerate and awful. By the way, I have no interest in this movie at all and hate that I searched my name because, I have to search my name because people fuck with me constantly. Search my name, I'm Digibro, by the way, hi. Type in Digibro on Twitter, and everybody's like, oh, Digibro likes cuties? First of all, I'm
Now, pay attention to the wording here and how there's a slip.
not interested in black little girls, real little girls.
Right. So she says she's not interested in black little girls. Real little girls, she clarifies herself. Because what she is interested in is 2D photographs and images of them. So therefore that's okay, as is the rest of this cope.
Twerking. That's like the furthest fucking thing from what I'm into.
Also, can we check? My hairline. Pantsu's hairline. 27-year-old man. 19-year-old Pantsu. It's tough. It's fucking tough.
Okay, look at this. I'm gonna teach you guys. This is Shauna. You're looking at this girl. You might, if you're a pervert, you're probably transposing like a real child, right? Because you think this is probably a child because you're.
Now, what Pantsu's doing here is trying to say that your eyes are faulty. You need to go to Specsavers. You are blind, you might as well be. You might as well be Geordie LaForge without his fucking visor or some shit. Because what you're seeing here is a perfectly innocent, I think she even uses the word wholesome drawing. And you'll hear the defense that many like Gator, many like Josh in the past, all of these faggots that defend this stuff, you will hear the defense of, look, it's a drawing, it's made on paper, it has no nose, right? And what I'm going to counter that with just before she gets into her copes is that, sure, granted, no nose. It's not a lifelike representation, really, is it? But what it is a hypersexualized drawing of a child. That's what it is, plain and simple. And all of the body parts that are there are hypersexualized. So we'll listen to Pantsu's cope and unpack.
Fucking retarded. Onto this drawing, you're like, oh, that looks like a little girl. Now,
It does.
Look closer. Look closer.
Right, so let's look closer.
I noticed that she doesn't have a fucking nose.
She doesn't have a nose, right? But what she does have is this going on. It's almost as though the point of the picture wasn't to draw a nose or anything like that. It was literally just to get straight down to business. Straight down to business to appease the pedophiles that enjoy that. It's almost as though it was like skipping to the chase or some shit. We continue to unpack.
No distinguishing race, has giant red eyes.
Now, you might be thinking, no distinguishing race. No distinguishing race. Because as you can clearly see, that is blue. That's a blue person. It's a Smurf. Oh, no, sorry, it's purple. Alas, I mean, sometimes it's hard to tell. Oh, no, people are saying that's an orange. It's bright orange. No distinguishing race.
No lips. Has perfect skin, is radiant, is a different dimension section. Complete. She's 2D.
The 2D defense. Now, this is going to be like a quantum leap of sorts, but quantum leap yourself into Gator's trial. About 18 months from now, you're standing in the witness box. You're standing in the prosecution box, basically. You're standing there facing your crimes. And they're coming at you with what's on your hard drive because you're Gator, Shannon Gaines, Brian Holloman. And they're showing you what's on your hard drive. And your defense, would it be this, ladies and gentlemen? We've quantum leaped into Gator's pedo trial. Now, would your defense be this to the prosecutor who's wheeled out all of these articles of evidence? Would your defense be this?
Section. Complete. She's 2D. And this is...
She's 2D. She's 2D, Your Honor. And also 3,000 years old. Would that work? For real? Is that a legitimate line of defense that would work in court? It's 2D, therefore it's not real. This is your brain on whatever this bitch is doing. But bear in mind, folks, Mother of the Year. Mother of the Year. Saint Pantsu. Absolute saint. That child belongs with Pantsu.
It's an anime character who is... How old is she? 17?
Yeah, well, probably like 15 at the start.
She's 15. She's 15. Look at her salivating over this. This horse has seen what it's about to like... I mean, this is fucked, bros. She's literally had her boyfriend-girlfriend, Digibro, who's tuning out holding the camera as she cuts this promo, clarify the age of these drawings. And she doubles down. That's an image I've seen before, right? We all know where we've seen this exact same pose and this exact same look of sexualized lust. This is my first waifu. Ah, okay. That's something and that's something. We've seen that before, folks. Ah, okay. Okay.
But she
It's
doesn't-
fucking anime.
she doesn't grow when she ages.
Okay, this is another problem I have with anime. Violet Evergarden, I don't know if you guys watched Violet Evergarden. It's a fucking Kino show about a child soldier. She is canonically a 14-year-old girl and does not look like...
She doesn't look 14, Your Honor. That's the defense on that one. She's canonically 14, but she doesn't look 14, Your Honor. So therefore it's okay. She said she was 12, Your Honor. And this is only clip 2.
any different from the adult characters in the show at all. So, I don't know what the fuck is up with Japan. Honestly, I don't care because this is not a fucking person. This is a fucking drawing.
Look at this, right? This is like they've got this lined up. This is sort of playing 24/7, this sort of shit, around the Pantsu household.
Oh my fucking god. If I have to deal with another one of you motherfuckers.
Now, you'll hear this in a sec. You'll hear in a second what Digibro's about to say. And you'll just be disgusted.
You don't want to know.
This is a 14-year-old ass in Violet Evergarden.
Yeah. Yeah. Mother of the Year, folks. Mother of the Year. Now, shall we continue? Shall we go to Pantsu Pedo 3?
Mega meme.
Right. So let's listen to this. This is 1 minute 9 seconds long, and for the timestampers here, I'll give you 10 seconds so you can clip it on the 35th minute. You've just heard Ralph's voice there, by the way. That's what I'm talking about. We're giving objective coverage. So here we go.
Says, is Lolly okay if you self-insert as the little girl? I don't even know what that
Yes,
means.
yes. I mean, that's what lolly is. Most
What
lolly
does that
is drawn
mean?
by
Hold
women.
on, explain what that means, because I don't know. I'm not, an aficionado.
Shut it down.
What does that mean?
Ralph's not
Self-insert
an anime person.
as the little
Okay,
girl. What does
so
that
it
mean?
means that when you're thinking about the scenarios being depicted from the perspective of the child. So you're not thinking about fucking a child. You're thinking about being in the most vulnerable state, being destroyed.
I don't know. That sounds not good.
Oh, no.
But let's keep going.
No.
Disavow.
Ralph's not a fan.
Disavow
Ralph's not a
myself.
I have to disavow. Lord
Ralph's
CBWC
not a
laws.
lolly.
Lord
I'm
CB.
a free speech advocate, so like I am definitely in favor of like lolly hentai. So if anybody has questions about that, I'd love to talk.
What happened?
Alright.
Minnesota's burning down, now the kill stream's
I'm so
burning
happy
down.
Worski is on right now. This is like the best case scenario of my night.
Right, we're going to unpack that, folks. Someone in chat said, earnestly, but this was 3 years ago. You tell that to the victims of Jimmy Savile. You tell that to the victims of pedos around the world. It was 3 years ago. Look, abuse is abuse, folks. Now, we'll unpack all of that. And like I say, we're at the point in the timeline where, look, there's Gator with the hard Y. There's Warski. There's Ralph as like a dolphin or some shit. But look at how friendly they all are. What do you mean? The two #1 Ralph A-logs that drink his blood every day, they wouldn't be on a show laughing at someone being a pedo? Not only, not laughing derisively, but literally laughing and like, oh, we're having such a great time. And you'll hear what Gator says. And you'll hear what Warski says. And I'll unpack it like a big fucking autistic Christmas present, folks. So let's begin.
Mega Meme says, is lolly okay if you self-insert as the little girl? I don't even know what that means.
She goes, yes. And Warski just starts laughing. In agreement. That's a hard yes from Pantsu. It's okay if you self-insert as the child. Mother of the year. But they're her thoughts, unprompted. Listen to her go.
Yes! I mean, that's what lolly is. Most
What
lolly
does
is
that
drawn
mean?
by
Hold
women.
on, explain what that means, because I don't know. I'm not, an aficionado.
Shut it down.
What does that mean,
Ralph's not
self-insert
an anime person.
as the...
Ralph's not an anime person, is what Gator's just said there. You just need to be an anime person and you'll understand perfectly, Ralph. Their words crucify them. That was Gator said. Look, we'll play the record again. Look, watch him go.
What does that mean,
Ralph's not
self-insert
an anime person.
as the little
Okay.
girl? What is
Okay.
as the little
Okay,
girl? What does that
so
mean?
it means
Ralph's not an anime person.
as the little...
Shut it down.
What does that mean,
Ralph's not
self-insert
an anime person.
as...
Shut it down.
What does that mean,
Ralph's not
self-insert
an anime person.
as...
Shut it down.
What does that mean,
Ralph's not
self-insert
an anime person.
as the little
Okay.
girl? What
Not
So
an
it means
anime
that
person.
when you're thinking.
Are you an anime person, Gator? Do you know what she means? Are you nodding in agreement? Well, it looks like yes, you are. You want to know why we go after these sick fucks? Even after they've crossed the lines and gone to the light side, the good side of the Force, with Andy Warski and PPP and Cog, the bright side of the Force, while we go after them when they become the good guys. You want to know why? It's because I remember shit like this. I recall what they were doing. And there's some sins that Father Jim just can't forgive convincingly. There's some sins where there's going to be a crazy Anglo in the audience going, now wait a minute. Let's unpack this.
About the scenarios being depicted from the perspective of the child.
Good
So
Lord.
you're not thinking about fucking a child. You're thinking about being in the most vulnerable state.
Now Ralph just goes, No, because he doesn't want to hear anymore. He doesn't want to hear anymore. Now, look, Ralph still went ahead, fucked this to the point where, I mean, he wasn't rapping it. It wasn't double bagged, as you'd imagine the normal course of events of fucking Pantsu would be. Double bag. He still went ahead, impregnated it, married it, moved it to Mexico. You know? But as we've all heard constantly, on a never-ending loop for the past 3 years, Ralph's the spawn of Satan, the Antichrist, drunk, redneck, alcoholic pedophile, leader of Gamergate, America First, big Nazi, all of this shit. He's the Antichrist. So really, when you're the epitome of evil, the only way is up, isn't it? But for her to now be literally Mother Teresa, embraced as a saint by Andy and Warski and Cog and Vickers and all of the other faggots that not but 2 weeks ago were saying what I'm saying right now. When now she's being embraced so they can get her for an interview. That's where I take issue.
Fate being destroyed.
I don't know. That sounds not good.
no.
But let's keep going.
Disavow.
Ralph had a
I
bad.
disavow
Ralph had a bad.
I have to disavow. Lord Zini
Ralph
Dempsey
had a
laws.
Wally.
Lord
I'm
Zini.
a free speech advocate, so like I am definitely in favor of like lolly hentai.
He's having a great time, look. Remember when he was the purple dragon, folks? He's having a great time. He's just heard that and he's not disturbed or sickened like Bibble. I mean, Bibble's silent. Bibble's had enough. He's not even gone silent like Ralph, where he's just clearly gone, no, I'm disgusted by this. He's having the time of his life.
So if anybody has questions about that, I'd love to talk.
What happened?
Alright.
Fucking Minnesota's burning down, now the kill stream is
I'm so
burning
happy
down.
Warski is on right now. This is like
She says, I'm so happy Warski's on right now. Because birds of a feather, they flock together, don't they, folks? Why else would she say, I'm so happy Warski's on right now? As he guffaws and laughs over that sick shit. But there's more. There is more. So, bear with me. This is my last pantsuit clip.
Stuff at the start, like that one is like the exact kind of hardness that is of my emotions, which are not particularly. I mean, I understand what you're going for because, like, I've written this legendary diss tracks where I'm like, yo, let's switch it up fast because I got class now like an ass with a fast food face and about no taste, you know. But like, what I was thinking with this one is more like, I'm gonna stab you and kill you, like that kind of vibe. Like, I'm gonna make you die. Like, fuck you. Get out of my life. You're a huge distraction that I don't need.
It's the real
I'm
Jim,
going to
folks.
die, you know? Like, but I don't think that's the healthy way to approach the situation.
no.
So, even though I did write a song, I feel like the lyrics were too extreme. And
They
it
were
could
really
work over your
violent.
beat, but they're quite disturbing. I could share them. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I will
God.
actually... I don't know if I could go
Don't
through
do
with
it.
making a song
Don't share
that
them because
gets
then it's out of context of the song.
Why do they all have those
Well,
four-star
the
hats, by the way?
context is that we know exactly.
Look at
what
the
was
imagery
supposed to
around
be
this
used
room.
for a song that are representing, you know, inner emotions that don't necessarily reflect anything I would ever consider doing in reality. You know, like megaton hammer, pop your fake fucking tits, bitch, or things like that.
She loves it.
Or
Time of her
ugly
life.
horse-faced hoe, nobody likes you. Kill
She's a
yourself.
prisoner, look.
You know, these are just
I disavow.
deeper.
Oh, she disavows.
disavow.
Sounds like Sulu as she's disavowing there. But that's the behaviour of a prisoner. Who's having all of their actions controlled. Not someone who walks around like this and does some heinous shit. So, that's Pantsu's pedo past. Pantsu's pedo past. So can anyone tell me how Ralph losing that weight around his neck is anything other than a sustained W? How is it an L to lose a pedo from your life? The only L at play is that kid got snatched by its pedo mom. You're seriously going to sit there, fat traitor, and coked out tard, and say that that's an L? Losing that bizarro snatched whore-faced cunt is an L? Like, come on. So, we're on time. I think we're just a minute over. So bear with me. And I have something to do here. Just bear with me, folks. Okay. Because Ethan Ralph has really been suffering that L, folks. You know, he really is. It's the end now. It's the end. We'll get into what the future of Ralph is in just a moment. Just wait for this song to finish its adverts. So, here we go. This ain't a song, it's an advert for QuickBooks. So, not but 2 days ago, this is what happened in the sector. That's had Jim going, oh, let's celebrate. That's had the fat traitor and the tard and Cog and Mr. Vickers going, yes, we're winners now. Because this man has suffered some misfortune. My wife and I separated on Wednesday. And I had to announce it, so my enemies couldn't get the satisfaction of breaking the news. Not many people know what that's like, lol. I don't feel that she left in an honourable way, but I understand why she did. I'm hoping to get off alcohol and mend things. 2 days so far. Also, this, which I think is Xannies. I have a valid prescription, but I can't really use it responsibly. Some people can just have one drink or whatever, but that's never been my style. Because I'm an alcoholic, lol. Also, just in life, I tend to overdo things I enjoy. I'm sorry for the things I said about her the other day. I've never seen the man more honest and more heartfelt. He admits here he has a problem. Not only with booze, but with pills as well. He's an alcoholic. News alert, Ralph's an alcoholic. And the crazy thing is, in the space year 2023, he admits it. He's willing to address the problem, or at least give lip service to that. It's Ralph awareness, folks. What an evil fuck. What an evil, antichrist, satanic piece of shit. You know what you're not going to have from Pantsu? Is a screed like this which reads, my pig and I separated on Wednesday, and I've had to announce it so my enemies couldn't get the satisfaction of breaking the news. I don't feel he left in an honourable way, but I understand why he did. I'm hoping to get off the lolicon and mend things. 2 days so far. Also, give me something this bitch is on. Meth. Lol. I have a valid prescription, but I can't really use it responsibly. Some people can just have one photograph or one drawing, but that's never been my style. You're not going to get that from Pantsu. You're not going to get that from Pantsu, not whatsoever, because she's a saint. Saint Pantsu. Therefore, all of her actions are justified. And you know what? Well, Ralph is suffering all these massive L's. He's really losing everything. It's over. He's going to kill himself. He's not legitimately improving his relationships with other people. Let's read this. I squashed the beef with Rakata today. It's kind of old fighting every other person all the time. There's opportunities to clear it up with a few people. But I thought Ralph was losing and it was all just spiralling out of control and everyone hates him now. He has no one and nothing. Risotto redeemed. He's really suffering that hard L. Just had a very nice visit with my son, Xander. It seems he wanted to be a chef. Cheered me up a lot. It's been a rough week, obviously. One more visit tomorrow, then back to Mexico. That'll be grim, but Cleo and Smoke are there at least. It'll be good to see them and get back to work on Monday. How fucking wholesome is that? He's literally... Are you seriously going to say that Ralph is the spawn of Satan? When the one things that are in his heart... Because he knows when he goes back to the Mexican manor, there's not going to be the cry of his little daughter or anything like that, but the love of the wife that he married not but 2 months ago. But there is going to be unconditional love from his two cats, Cleo and Smoke. That's wholesome as fuck. Wholesome as fuck. Big L for Ethan Ralph. Big L for Ethan Ralph. Right. So, give me a second, because we're entering our moment of Zen. So, they don't have moments of Zen properly on the Kino Casino. They've always dropped the ball. It's always been some random, unrelated bullshit that has nothing to do with anything. It's just some bullshit they pull out of their arse. But this is Godwinson's moment of Zen on this inaugural episode of the Kino Casino done right. So, just give me one moment. Give me one moment. If you don't know, you should know. My hero and king, one of my great inspirations, not only in life, but also in the content we do, passed away, not but a day ago or some shit. Jerry Springer, rest in peace, sir. You have my sword. You have my bow. Wherever you are, I hope you're in a great place, because you gave me so many great times over the years. I remember you, buddy. But I know that this song is relevant, because you might be thinking, where's he going with this? What's he on about? Why is he playing I Remember You? It's almost like we're going back in time to look at some irrelevant fuck who's not been relevant since they got... If I say that, it's literally going to be spoiled. So how do I do it? I'm going to build it to... Remember yesterday. It's Sargoy of Cookhat. Am I the only person who thought Jerry Springer was actually a total scumbag who exploited... You know what, Carl? That's what I'm doing as I'm reading this. Exploited an underclass of people who needed help for his own enrichment whilst destroying the dignity of American society in the process? Who the fuck are you to talk, Carl? Who the fuck are you to talk? Let's unpack that. Sargon unironically says, am I the only person who thought Carl Benjamin was a total scumbag who exploited an underclass of people by calling them white N-words, who needed help for his own enrichment whilst destroying the dignity of the UK and its society in the process. Funny how those words apply directly to you, Carl, and in a far worse way. The moment of Zen. Look at this sanctimonious piece of shit. He's literally sat there, dunking on the corpse of a dead old man. I can't wait. I can't wait, Carl. For real. I can't wait. But that was our moment of Zen before we resume our... So, before we left off, we were having a wholesome moment where Ralph was really suffering that L by building bridges with his friends and former friends, seeing his son, and speculating over the process of the prospect of when he returns to Mexico, whilst it's going to be tough because his child's not going to be there and his wife's not going to be there, it'll be genuinely hard for a father to go through that. He'll have the companionship of his two cats that have been there all of his life. Unconditional love. No matter who he is, no matter what he does, that unconditional love is there. And, you know, as I say that, I'm wiping away the tears. I'm genuinely quite moved. And what moves me the most is not this, which is an advert.
I'll collect it within the hour.
It's that there's no greater love that Ralph has than another man has, than if not for little Cleo. Unlike Vaush, Ralph ain't executing Cleo. He's not murdering that cat because it could speak about being molested or some shit. Ralph is right in this moment when he says, Cleo's still holding the title belt as the most loyal pussy I've ever had. Trust no bitch! Trust no bitch. You're going to tell me that you want Ethan Ralph dead to the point where at genuine moments of tragedy in his life, when his wife has literally just walked out and snatched the kid, that you don't have entertaining showmanship like this? You ain't getting this from COG. You ain't getting this from the Fat Troon, PPP in Warski, in Vickers. Because what they don't have Ralph awareness. This whole screed has been Ralph awareness. Cleo's still holding the title belt as the most loyal pussy I've ever had. I stand with Ralph. Fathers for justice, folks. Because you know what? It takes a big man. It takes a real big man to sit there when everything's gone and everything's broken and everything's just over, to actually admit a mistake. It takes a real fucking big man to say, sometimes you back the wrong horse. A fucking man. A fucking man. Sometimes you just back the wrong horse. And I can't blame him for coming to that realisation. Now, it clearly took him a longer time than the rest of us. Clearly, I don't think most of us would have delayed on that realisation. I think our really snap judgment when we watched her talk about her adulation of Lollipop. So in this moment, as we just can't tune in on what she's crafted, in this moment, I want to consider the future of Ethan Ralph. Surely it's him facing the barrel of a gun in the darkness, him stumbling into like train tracks like Terry Davis. Surely it's over now. He's just a complete alcoholic, pushed everyone away. He's dead. He might as well be dead. It's all over. He's lost his pedophile wife. How will he survive? How will he cope with that massive L? How will he cope, folks? Let's ponder on those thoughts as we anticipate the future of Ethan Ralph. I'm crying. I'm emotional. This one's got me right in the feels, folks. What's the future of Ethan Ralph and, by association, the whole sector? Well, I'm about to not only give you Ralph's future, but I'm about to... This segment is called Godwinson. Oh, shit. Was there liquid in that? Shall we try it out? Shall we find out? Was there liquid in this? I can't see any on the floor, but the only way we can truly find out is if we stamp on it and make liquid go everywhere. So, 1 for liquid, 2 for no. This is the betting segment of Godwinson's Kino Casino. All right, let's see. This is like the equivalent of me putting the $100 dono in the slot machine and you all win a Gumroad subscription. So it doesn't look like there's liquid. Oh, look. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I rest my case, Your Honour. Nobody does it better, folks. So, that was our obligatory gambling segment. Now we'll consider the future of Ralph, what he's about to be doing, and his prospects. So, bear with me. Just bear with me, folks. In fact, I'm going to need 2 hands. But this pays off brilliantly. So, and it's this one. Of course it would be an advert, wouldn't it?
Smarter,
of course.
faster. With Wix,
I'll never want to know how to make SEO faster. So, right. Ralph's returning home. Ralph's going home to Mexico. He's been spending his time in Dick Masterson's mansion, just rebuilding himself up as a man, repairing all of those broken relationships that he's gathered over the years, and genuinely recognizing that he's an alcoholic and he's got an addiction to prescription medication. Making some very sober revelations and recognitions about the state of his own life and the apparent thing within it. He's going to return to Mexico, if he's not already there now. And I'm going to let you in on little Ethan Ralph's future as we play this, the roulette wheel. This is the roulette wheel segment in Godwinson's Kino Casino, and fittingly, Ethan Ralph, he's going to roll the dice again, folks. Because he not only has now bachelor status, but he's got a whole country with which to sow his wild oats in. Latinas, watch out. The Ralpha males are coming. Now, on this one, we're going to play the roulette wheel, and we're going to literally go through all of the Latinas I know, and we're going to say whether Ralph is going to smash or pass. So here's the first Latina. It's the Klingon from Star Trek Voyager. Ralph, the males are coming. Will she be the new mother of the demon baby? Will she host the seed? Or will it be Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo? Will J-Lo be twerking on Ralph's... Visualize it, and visualize J-Lo on it. Will she be carrying the demon seed? Will it be the woman from Zorro, Salma Hayek? Will she be the third dice throw, folks? Will it be this sweet Latina piece? In fact, this is Salma Hayek. I wish. Don't you? God damn. Woman from Zorro represent. Or will it be this hot, tight piece of ass? This hot Latina piece of ass? Are you ready, folks? Will this be the new mum of Ralph's Demon Seed? That hot Latina piece of ass, folks. He's got a whole country with which to sow his wild oats in. Mexico, watch out. Perseps is a hard smash for Persep. Or will it be the only other Latina that Godwinson knows? Will it be Christina Aguilera? Ralph's Despacito. That's his future, folks. Because believe me. Okay, that's good as anything. I don't know what's happened here. It's literally just crashed. Okay. Oh, no, we've got it back. But that's Ralph's future, isn't it? Because Ralph will just build himself up again. People were saying, because I remember, people were saying back in 2021 when Faith left, that it was the end of Ralph. Ralph's going to blow his brains out, and it's done. And there'll be no more Ralph. And then suddenly, he has another kid. And he's in Mexico. He's in like a Mexican mansion. He's married. Do you seriously think that Ralph ain't going to be finding some senorita, half his age, that's willing purely to shack up with him for a green card? Like, is that genuinely outside of the realms of possibility? Ralph will procreate again, folks. No doubt about it. Ralph will procreate again, and it'll be with a woman that doesn't speak any English. Just like JF did, just like Coach does, every 2 years. Because as Ralph will realise, this is what Gonzo's word of advice for me was, get yourself a bitch that don't speak any word of English, yah. That's what he used to say on his mountain, like Moses. Get yourself a bitch that don't speak English, yah. And, you know, I've not heeded that lesson. And a few of us have yet to heed that lesson, really. But maybe after a few divorces, I'll come to that realisation that, yeah, Coach was right. Get yourself a bitch that literally is barely even sentient like JF. Yeah. And that's the future of Ralph. He's going to find someone now that simply won't know what a Kiwi Farms is or even know how to say it. He's going to get some Latina bitch that will have no comprehension of who he is or what he is or won't even care. The only motive there is purely for that green card. It's over for Ralph. It's over for Ralph now that he's going to be fucking as many Mexican strippers as a man possibly can and impregnating literally whole villages. It's over. It's such an L. It's done. The stupid bitch. The worst that she's genuinely like more stupid than I thought. Pantsu, this is. I mean, she genuinely thought Ralph was all she had, folks. Because let's not forget, Ralph saved her from the Transon family and from Digibro's clutches. That hive of villainy, of paedophiles, and just complete waste of humanity. He saved her from that. And the price of that was to literally bear his child, marry him, and become the number one gun guard, because that's what she was not but 2 days ago. The number one gun guard. And the price of that, what do you mean she wasn't the number one gun guard? She was a prisoner. What do you mean reality, the sky is green? What do you mean Ashton's a thin man and Warski's not a 36-year-old coke addict living with another man? What do you mean they're kings because Ralph has lost his kid? Well, that's how reality works, folks. So, that is my show. That is the key. Kino as it stands. 1 second. Fucking hell. I mean, I'd appreciate that if you don't all mention the fact that when I said as it stands, the phone just dropped to the floor. Can we just keep that between us, folks? But that's the show. 70 minutes. I think that's an apt show. That's literally like as long as something like that needs to be. We could have dragged that out for 12 hours. Where we play over every single minute clip of literally Ralph silent and drunk. But let it be known that we are the champions at this casino. And we haven't spent a penny to have a good time. Now, I'm hyping up the call-in segment, so there will be call-ins. But what I did want to do, just to play us out, really, is show you Ralph at Masterson's mansion, drunk. And what I'm not going to be doing is pausing it every 2 seconds. Going, whoa! B-Gems! We need your money. Render unto Caesar. Render unto Caesar. You're not going to have any of that. We're just going to watch the clip and laugh till we are the champions. Whoa. What the? Say it isn't so. So bear with me. This is a good cover of We Are the Champions. Where is my clip? Oh, here we go. What do you mean you want this unpacked for 10 hours? Every frame. We've spared you that and done the Kino Casino right. For one person and one person alone. It's not for you, Sped and Spurg, and ladies and gentlemen that comprise this audience. It's for one person and one person alone. It's not even for the king of the sector himself, Ethan Ruff. Whoa, he sat down! For one person and one person alone, we fight this good fight. No time for abortionists. We do this for little Andy Jr. So, that's the show. Now, there's the call-in segment, where literally anyone is allowed to call in. Anyone. Anyone at all. And because it's going to get super gay now, you're going to hear YMCA play. I don't know how I did this last time. I think I just showed you all the Discord that you can call in. So that's my Discord tag. Here. This is it here. So add that and call in. It's a call-in show. Wild. Wild how this is no longer a thing in this sector. Already we've got 9 people pending. One of them's a Norwegian pedophile. One of them's an ogre. We'll accept the ogre. GCR. Whatever that is. In fact, we'd better get rid of that. Mr. E. Mr. Blue. Rigobert. STU. Thank Theta. Velvet Falls. So, I mean, we had 9 people just pop up there. So it's on you to call in and herald in the new golden age of a show done right. And you know what? We might even read the chat whilst we wait. And you don't even have to pay me to read it. You don't even have to pay. So bear with me. It is real. It's real. This is how you do it right. People are saying no fucking way. People are saying, where can I subscribe to the Gumroad? I'm going to show you where to subscribe to this Gumroad. Are you ready? This is the Kino Casino Gumroad. This is where you can see me literally watch as much 90 Day Fiancé and 30 Second Survivor or whatever it is. The Gumroad is Elaine's Cash App. And if you're stupid enough to donate, you deserve your fate. It's on all of you to call in now, or we'll end the show. But at least you will remember that the option was there, because there's no option now, currently in the sector as it stands, for you all to call in. But the option is there. You're on the air. You're on the air. You are on the air, sir.
How's it going?
Hang on, 1 second. If you speak...
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. What's your hot take on events?
Hang on. Kind of glad to see Ralph get rid of the horse girl. To be honest with you, man.
Damn right. And why are you happy that she's gone? Is it because she's a pedophile and he's just a big weight around this man's neck?
I mean, that's it. To be honest, I didn't think probably a bad idea to give her a kid. If you know what I mean. But
damn right.
Same thing with Faith. But
yeah.
I guess you live and you learn, huh?
I mean, the choices of the women have been truly exceptional, you know. I don't think this is great family planning, folks. But what I do think this is sort of symptomatic of, like, these two women were with Ralph for one thing and one thing only, and that was to get a kid out of him. Bizarrely, they saw Ralph as an opportune person to get a kid out of. What do you think to that? Isn't that just fucked?
Yeah. Well, I think, especially more so in the case of Pantsu than Faith,
Yes.
it was just like a clout thing.
Yes.
I think she did that with Digibro as well, but it is bizarre. I'm interested to see who she moves on to next. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, her current whereabouts, apparently she's back with her father, this psycho father that was literally, wasn't he like urinating on Ralph's dad's ashes? Or Ralph's mum's ashes? Like, that's the level of these people.
Put like all of Ralph's stuff up on eBay too or something like that.
Literally.
Yeah.
Theft. I mean, what that was scummy white trash shit. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
But who she'll move on to next? Well, it's literally been Digibro, Ralph, so it's got to be someone worse than those two. And I wouldn't be surprised if Juice Moon was the next Bachelorette. Who do you think it's going to be?
I'm not sure. I thought Dick Masterson for a time, but I don't know if that's the case
Dick
anymore.
Masterson. You know what? I wouldn't put it past him, to be honest. I wouldn't put it past him. But a lot of people are saying they're thinking Josh, and some dark ones are saying it's Harry. People are saying her dad's going to be next. So have you got any takes on how we've done the Kino Casino tonight? Obviously, I've learned a few lessons. Is it an improvement? Or do you want, like, red curtains and a Caesar statue with a poker hat on it and Warsi going B-jams?
Yeah, you might need to get like a pet retard to read the chat for you. It could make things a little better. I don't know.
I think it would substantially improve things. Absolutely. We need a stuttering pet retard to piss and shit themselves over money every 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely a lot better. I mean, are you planning on making it like a regular thing, or what do you think?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But for a good first episode, I think this was exactly the vision as it stands. Obviously, coming up, it's not... Spoiler alert. Not every show is going to be about Ralph or Nick Fuentes. They'll be covered when big events happen. There's plenty of fertile ground to be covered. And it doesn't involve the comings and goings of Ethan Ralph. Shocking. So that's the future. It'll be something else, not Ralph. Unless he dies.
Yeah. Looking forward to that then.
All right, sir. Do you want to sign off with something? Bring some energy, drink my blood, call me a faggot, go crazy.
Yeah. Kill yourself, and you old faggot. Bye.
Thank you. Bravo. He saved it in the end. So it's now your chances to call in. The Sector has a voice on Godwinson's Kino Casino. You don't even have to pay me to call in. You can literally just call in. So, it's all on you, folks. Now, this is the interactive element of the stream. You know, where you decide, folks. It's a public vote. Do we let our equivalent of Andy Warski call in? Or do we reject the call? 1 for dismiss, 2 for join call. I didn't actually press any buttons on that. I think the call just rang out. But by all means, Elaine, the votes are being cast, so keep calling until we round up the tally. I think she's seen that there's a great litany of ones, and it's just bowed out. It's tough. So it's 1 or 2, folks. There's a split. This is tense. All right, fuck it. Elaine, you're on the air. What's your take? Elaine, you're on the air. What is your take? Elaine, you are on the air. What is your take? All right, maybe it's just she tried so hard, but we just can't hear her. But trust me, what she's saying is amazing. This is going to blow your mind, this take. If only you could hear it. If only you could hear Elaine's amazing take. You're on the air, Elaine. Yeah, we can hear you perfectly. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Yes. Whoa. That's right. Okay, whoa. Well, you heard it right from her mouth there. Nothing in that mega is a deepfake. And Josh Moon's a king. Whoa. It's a live news alert, folks. Amazing. Who? You know, you don't get this on the normal Kino Casino. You genuinely don't get, like, high-level takes. High IQ being shown by a female online. So, we've had 2 callers. You all added. So I don't know what. Are you afraid? Are you afraid of what's going on? Or are you just too pussy to call in? We'll show it again. This is purely for... I mean, she's trying again, folks. Dearie me. But by all means, call in. There's 5 more minutes of this as we finish on a 90-minute show. All right, so it looks like we've got Mr. Shaggy calling in. So, Shaggy, you're on the air, sir. Give me a second, Shaggy. Shaggy, you're on the air, sir. Shaggy, sir. Oh, hang on. I mean, I can't hear you at all, my friend. Not even slightly. But it could just be my... Oh. Do you know why we couldn't hear Elaine? Are you ready, folks? Soz. Sorry. This was muted. Literally just muted. But Shaggy, you can talk now. No. Browsers require user interaction before they will play audio. Just click OK to continue. Shaggy. No. No. Well, there we go. That was the call-in segment. You have a voice. This is your voice on the Kino. We'll line this out. We might have to download the Discord app or whatever the fuck. But as we... I mean, it's working on the Duracell, buddy, so...
That'll be Duracell Optimum.
I mean,
most powerful alkaline battery
this guy's tapes are coming through live and clear. But in the sake of keeping it brief, we'll cap at 90 minutes.
Optimum, our next generation of power.
And we'll play us out with... So, what you've seen is my artistic vision of how I literally do that show that they do for 12 hours every night. And I think it's a substantial improvement, don't you? I genuinely think that this was a lot more watchable than what you're going to see on... I mean...
And then fucking Kyler fighting.
9 hours, 17 minutes, by the way. You've all held out for the hero, and he's come upon a fiery steed. Nine hours. 4 hours, 42 minutes. That's me. This is the... We'll end with this. Why is he wearing no clothes? I really wanted to go for 3 more minutes so we can cap at 90 minutes. So, what shall we do in the 3 minutes that it takes to... This is Sam Hyde in the space year 2023. He's just shot up another school. Yeah, it's tough. It's done. So on the second moment of Zen, I'm a bow out. Juice, see you in the next one. What should we go with? Don't get your buy-ins ready. Entry is free. This casino doesn't take. It gives. Juice.